Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is AhTravesty playing some Divide and Conquer as Ered Luin. Alright, we are moving in on Mythland with Grinfarn and his people. I think I might wait for some of these reserves to catch up with us too. Yeah, if we put that place under siege later on, they'll probably sally on us because it looks like they have a bit of a superior force. Although we're not bad either, but yeah, I think I got a ton of reserves coming down this way. So maybe we can wait. I do have Gore over here getting ready to kill off some more of these elves over here. We're going to take them guys out here in a moment. And then from there I think I might move down to Undertower, see if we can snag that up. And then as far as I know, they own this territory down here and then this one over here. If they own any other ones, I don't know yet. I have to get a spy down there and take a look at things. Alright, other than that, I think that's all we got going on is just this attack here. Let's go ahead and see if we can kill these guys off. Alright, we're dealing with some guard and Amanyar Rangers, that's his leadership. And some more guard, long spears and bowmen. Let's fight. Stuck deployment. Alright, a little bit of trees here, but where is he going to deploy? I'm guessing he's going to be over here somewhere. Let's grab all the infantry, get them set up over on this end then. Let's get the general back here. And our missile weapons are right back here. And our cav that's all tore up here. We need to send those guys back. Alright, they're right over there. Yep, he's coming up this way. Alright, let's slide over here. Let's run, boys. Alright, pikes. You guys run. Damn. He's going all the way up here. Alright, let's slide over this way then. Alright. Yeah, they're going to start shooting us up here. Let's grab the infantry. Let's move. Run. Alright, and... Alright, let's move our spears over here near the cav. You guys go that way. And you guys go that way. And let's get our crossbows up here on the peak. You guys run. Alright, let's go. Alright, let's get these guys over here. Alright, general's up in the thick of it. Let's get these guys over here. Alright, spears here. Spears here. Alright, you guys stay there and fight. You guys can get over here now. Alright, let's get into them. Yeah, I don't want to let these guys shoot me up. Alright, let's lower our spears, gentlemen. And you guys too. You guys get up there. Alright, crossbows. Alright, let's split these guys off this way. Let's bring these spears up here. Alright, we gotta get a better surround on these guys here. And let's peel these guys over on this side. Alright, you guys lower your pikes. Alright, let's get some stubbornness of dwarves. Alright, let's go, guys. Keep going. Guys, get in behind them. You guys get over here. Come on, go into my pikes.
If we can
see if we can catch him.
We will smash the enemy.
Nope, he's gonna run away. Alright. Let's slide over here. Alright, those guys just broke. Let's see. You guys get up here. Alright, pikes there. Pikes there. Pikes there. Alright, I don't want to commit my cav just yet because it... Well, you know what? Let's run them out there, see if we can run these guys over. Alright, all you guys stand by. Alright, we're probably not getting arcs here. Let's move these guys up here farther. Alright, he's going to run over there now. Alright, these guys are coming back. Alright, let's pull back. You guys come back. Oh, it's going into my pikes. Oh, maybe not. Alright, you guys run. You guys get over here. You guys over here. Let's get the general over here. Can we possibly get into him? Yep. Gotta catch him. Get him with the pikes, boys. Let's go for a surround on these guys. Alright, let's get the cav out here now.
If we continue
And
like
pikes
this,
over here
we will
now.
smash the enemy.
Alright, you guys take out that cav. Let's get back here with that cav. Alright. Alright, crossbows target them.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Alright, let's
We have
move.
set the car to hell.
Alright, let's get into these guys now. Alright, they just broke. Let's run them over. Alright, you guys spread out.
Look how
There we
our
go. Let's run
cowardly
down whatever
foe
we can.
runs. It is time to press the attack. Be in awe of the victory we have won here today.
Here we go. Damn, 220 for almost 400 of them.
Set.
Execute. Alright, I should probably consider moving a lot of these guys back to get some training. Got a lot of heavily damaged troops in here.
Aye, my liege.
Yeah, this cav should probably go back. And let's get these laborers back too. Let's send them all back.
Move out, my king.
These guys can come forward and
Forward.
resupply that
Aye,
force. Let's keep this cav
Aye,
going
Lord.
all the way back here.
March.
They can get trained
That'll
up
do
there.
'em today. Aye, sire.
Yeah, all these guys are coming
March
down
down,
this
my
way.
king.
And
We
then
march
these guys
no
are going to
further
reinforce
today.
this army over here. Alright, he's going to stay there for the moment. And those guys are going to stay right there. Alright, how's our finances? We can afford to build a little something something. Let's see, where can we bring in some cash? Market, probably. Can we do anything over here? Yeah, don't really need that stuff. Don't really need that stuff. What about here? Don't really need that stuff either. These guys are building out this way and don't need that stuff. Don't need that stuff. Let's see, are we still building over here? Alright, Farland. What do we need over here? Yeah. Yeah, we got the brewery already. Get a large pig farm down here. You know what? I'm gonna go for this. Let's get that market built up here. Alright, now over here, I was gonna use NAR to recruit mercenary ship over here, but now that I'm thinking, yeah, let's wait until we got that spy back over here, because the longer that ship is gonna wait there's a better chance that these guys are gonna send their fleet up there to sink it. So I want to recruit that thing at the last minute. So I'll probably bring this general back over here, have him make us some money over there. Alright, this force here, I can probably keep going. Yeah, let's just keep it moving.
By your will, sire.
Would you wish
Alright,
to
this,
speak to
where's
me?
my spy? Right there.
At your service.
Actually, I should probably take a look at things over here. Alright, these guys could potentially come out of here and attack Grinfarn too. We'll see how that's going to turn out. Alright, let's save the rest of this money. And let's take a look at our agents. He's going to stay there, he's going to stay there. Alright, let's move on to the next turn. Alright, the Veil Stand. Candidate for adoption, decline in Osgiliath under attack. Dunla's expanding. Fenestruna is assaulted. Alright, in a plus just over 2,700 in the coffers. Okay, anything coming after us? Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's send this spy over here first just to make sure there's no big forces over here that's coming our way, and it doesn't look like there is.
On my way.
Alright, let's go ahead and get this place next. I think we can go straight in here. Kierden's in here, along with some rangers and some bowmen. Should be able to take him down. Alright, yeah, he restocked this place, that's for sure. I might have to do a siege out on them.
Aye, my liege.
Let's see how far
My
can these
king.
guys get here. Yeah, if I hit him with just this force, he'll definitely sally out and kill me. So
Aye.
I think I'm gonna wait until I can connect up with
Aye,
all
Lord.
these guys.
Aye.
Let's move these guys
Move
here.
Aye,
Can they
Lord.
link up with them?
Aye,
Yeah.
my liege. My king.
They're gonna link up with them.
My king.
Alright, and
Aye,
these
sir.
guys can keep coming down.
Onward. Aye. Aye, Lord.
Yeah, let's link these guys up for now to make a bigger army.
King. Aye, Lord.
Alright, these guys here
Aye. Forward.
can close
My
in,
king.
and then we're going to have to put them under siege later on. Alright, let's start moving this spy up this
Not
way.
possible, sire. Moving quietly.
Alright, I should be able to get him up there in a couple turns.
Aye, my
Well,
liege.
maybe we can... Yeah, let's just put him in here for now. He'll make us a little bit of cash while we're waiting there. And can we raise taxes while they're already maxed out. Alright. Yeah, once we get that spy out there, then I'll recruit that boat and then get that spy out there so we can send him out here to the islands and see what's up with that last relic over there. Alright, let's go ahead and hit this place.
By your will, sire, we shall engage.
Yeah, we can go straight in.
Hold
Let's
them
go.
to siege, sire.
He did pick up a defender. Alright, and he's Mifflin nobles. Damn, that sucks. Those are really good troops. What am I doing? Alright, we got the Lindar Bowmen. We've seen those guys. The Rangers we've seen, and the Defenders. Just above average attack and charge, and some respectable armor. Alright, let's fight.
Glory, we attack.
Start deployment. Alright, more than likely they're going to be right there. Let's get some crossbows on this side. Let's get some pikes on this side, and some infantry, and everybody else we can probably keep over here. And crossbows here, general over here, and yeah, these guys will move later. Alright, let's go ahead and start. Crossbows forward, pikes, pikes, send some guys that way, general here. Alright, let's get the crossbows up here, see if we can shoot them up. Pikes in front of them, you guys behind them. Let's speed it up. Might have to rush these guys too. Yeah, you know what? Let's get ready to rush up in here. Alright, they're not in range yet. Let's move up here. Run. I'm going to send these guys around to the back. Alright, let's send those pikes forward. Alright, these guys can go that way. Actually, you know what? I'm going to send these pikes that way. Yeah, they can go with them. General behind them. And crossbows. Let's move in a bit closer here. Alright, they in range? No. Let's go move up. Alright, they're all in range now. Alright, let's send the pikes right up into that cab there. Alright, you guys can come around the backside. You guys can come around this way. And you guys... Alright, they're firing. And they're firing. Alright, here he comes with some defenders. Stand by. Alright, let's back these guys up. Yeah, that's his nobles right there. Yeah, let's back up. Let's let the crossbow shoot them guys up a minute. Those guys are going to be a pain in the ass to kill. Alright, run. Run, guys, run. Alright, crossbows are firing. Alright, these guys are coming in behind them. Let's get in here. These guys can get up in here with them, along with them spears.
Our men are winning the battle.
Crossbows, shoot them up.
Continue like this, we will smash the
You
enemy.
guys stand by there. You guys stand by there. Yeah, we got to get them crossbows shooting up them guys for sure. Alright, his calves over here getting shot all to hell. Alright, these guys are starting to come in. Alright, let's get a shield wall set up. I don't know if he's coming out or not. Let's set up right there. Yep, he is. Alright, let's get up here and see if we can shoot them nobles in the back. Let's see. Let's get the pikes up here behind this cav. You guys can hold them. And they're still in range of them.
Our men have taken control of the city.
Alright, you guys get a shield wall back here. Alright, crossbows, hurry up. Alright, you guys can move in now, and let's get the general up here. Alright, pike up, boys. And let's shoot them guys in the back. Pike up. Let's get rid of that cav.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue
guys stand
like this,
by right
we
there.
will smash the enemy.
Alright, we still in range with these guys. Yep. Alright, let's move these guys back. Come on, pikes, kill that cav.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
Alright.
They have lost half their men.
You guys can get in here now. And are they still in range? Shoot them guys in the back. Shoot them guys in the back. Alright, let's get the general up here. You guys set up a block. You guys can set up. General can stand by right there. Actually, let's send them up in here. Let's go ahead and get some stubbornness of dwarves. These guys are still holding them off. Alright, the crossbows hitting these guys.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue
Damn.
like this, we will smash the
Those
enemy.
damn Mifflin nobles are solid troops, man. Alright, we gotta move.
Our men no longer command the city. Our men have
Finish
taken
them bastards
control
off.
of the city.
Alright, let's come out here and help these guys next. Alright, let's get these guys ready to deal with this mess up here. Alright, anybody else to move around? Alright, let's move these crossbows over here. Finish them bastards. Alright, you know what?
Our
Let's
men
pull
are
these
winning
guys
the
back.
battle. If we continue like
get
this,
outta here.
we will smash the enemy.
No sense letting them guys get killed. Let's move them over that way. General can handle this. Alright, these guys are going to get smoked over here. Alright, let's pull these guys back. Let them run into our spears next. Alright, let's see if we can maybe get a shot here.
My lord! We have lost control of
Ah.
the city.
Jesus. Alright, finish them bastards. Alright, let's get in behind them over here. Alright, let's get our general back. Alright, hold on.
Ah, my lord. Our men are in control of the city.
Alright, let's set up right here. Alright, shoot him in the back. Alright, let's get up here. Alright, let's get the general up here now.
The battle is very much in our
Let's
favor.
move these guys
If
back.
we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
And let's move these guys back. There's number 22. I'm sure there's friendly fire in there, but to be honest, I don't care. Alright, let's cease fire with them. Should be able to take them down with gore. Down to 8. Damn, those guys are powerful, bro. Down to 4.
The enemy enemy
All right,
general
got the
lies
general.
dead, we have set the cur to hell.
Probably heavy losses here. There we go, end it.
This is a
Yep.
clear victory.
God damn. Over 400 to take this place, man. Damn. Alright. Well, at least we got this place taken down.
A proud
Let's see what they
victory.
left us here for some goodies.
We have lands and glory.
Well, they got a lot of stuff here. Very little population, though, it seems. Let's go for an occupy. Alright, 550. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, population's less than 500 here. Alright, the Shire, and we have some roads, and we have the Elasterian stone. Building costs reduced by 10%. Increase in trade and building costs reduced 10% global effect. Nice. Schmeals, I think only the hobbits can use that. We can't destroy that. Master Builder's Hall and a Hall of Song. A vineyard, a public fountain. Some land clearance, a leather tanner, and an armory, giving us a law bonus. Alright, and we're probably going to need a brewery here right off the bat. Yep, let's go ahead and build that, and let's raise a little bit of taxes here. And I think I'm going to wait for all these reserves to get down here.
Aye,
Who in here's all chewed up?
my king.
These guys can go back, they can
Aye,
go
sir.
back. I don't want to merge up some of these guys here.
Aye, Lord.
Let's get these guys that are most heavily damaged and let's get them out of here. Send them back to the house.
Aye, sire.
Alright, these guys are going to come down there and
Aye.
relieve them.
Aye.
And these guys can probably train faster up there.
Onward. Aye, Lord.
This calf's going all the way back there.
Aye. Forward. Aye, sire.
And this calf is coming down here.
March. We've marched.
Alright,
Aye, Lord.
and ballistas and such, they're going to come down here too.
Onward. That'll do.
Alright,
today.
anybody
Aye, sire.
else to move? These guys. Let's bring them all down here.
March. We march no further today.
Alright, what else can we possibly do? A little bit of money we can spend. Alright, let's come back here into our core cities again. Miners' quarters, steelmongers. Yeah, I want to get something that's going to be useful to us immediately. That stuff isn't really going to be useful to us. Perth and Loon. Yeah. How are we looking here? We're at 31% there. Osgellen. Those guys are building, those guys are building. Well, maybe I can recruit some more troops, because I really don't need a lot of these buildings, although these ports could be useful. Maybe I should save up, even that mining complex, but damn, that thing, 12 turns for 9,200 coins for that place. That thing brings in a ton of money, though. Miners' quarters could be useful, too. Or should I save up some money so we can get some of this higher yield stuff? Let's see, can we recruit any special stuff? If we can get top tier recruitments, then I'll probably go ahead and recruit. I really don't want to get any more of the laborers. Yeah, I can get nothing but laborers all over the place. These guys here still can't build yet, though. And I don't think I can build here yet. Yeah, just laborers. Yeah, let's save this money for now. And let's see, diplomats.
Awaiting
Let's
your
run
command.
down here.
Yes, sire. Aye, sire.
Alright,
Of
that's
course.
Gundabad. Let's come over here and see who
Yes,
owns...
sire.
Yeah, dwarves own this
This
territory over
journey
here.
is over, sire.
Okay, and
My lord.
this one's going up here. See if we
Of
can get a
course,
damn alliance with the dwarves again.
I'll continue tomorrow, sire.
Fangorn.
Stop here,
It's
sire.
going right through the forest.
Something to
And our spies are done. Alright. Yeah, those guys are going to stay there. We're still getting blockaded here. And
Aye,
hopefully
my
things will work out here.
My king.
Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next turn. And another bride declining. Norian under attack. Ered Luin is prospering. I don't know if we're prospering, but close to it. We are nicely in the profits, over 6,600 in the coffers. Alright. Alright, some of these crossbows we can
Aye,
probably
Lord.
merge up. Let's do this.
Aye, sire.
Yeah, let's merge
Aye,
these
Lord.
guys. Let's send these guys
Aye,
back
sire.
too to get fixed up. Send them back to the house.
We march no further.
Alright,
Aye,
and
Lord.
let's get our reserves up in here.
Onward.
Alright, maybe we can
My
send
king.
these guys back. Well, they're in pretty good shape. Let's keep them staying
Aye,
here.
sire.
Alright, let's send all these guys
Move
back.
Aye, Lord.
Cav is coming forward.
Onward. Aye, sire.
And those guys are going back.
Aye,
And
Lord.
these guys are coming
Move out.
forward.
We've marched our limit. Aye.
And our Cav is going back.
Onward.
Alright, anything
do
over here on the
today,
border
sire.
is going to surprise us. Doesn't look like it. Looks like Angmar's still going into northern Dunedain, which is fine with me. Alright, on the turn change, I saw a ship move up here and they just dropped off more troops in here, so my guess is a few more troops. Oh,
Marching now.
maybe not. Is there less in there? Maybe. Oh no, there is more troops in there. He might actually have some damaged troops in there. Alright, well, either way, we're putting her under siege.
We
I'll
march.
probably siege these guys
We
out.
shall hold them to siege, sire.
Yeah, let's just get a couple rams and just maintain that.
Aye, sire. Aye,
But
sire.
everybody else, there's nothing back here sneaking around, is there? Yeah, let's get. Now, something else we got to be mindful is a last stand army kicking out.
Aye.
I think they, yeah, they currently have, if they own this territory down here, they should have 3 territories left. I think if they're reduced down to 2, a last stand army will kick out.
We've marched. Aye,
Let's
Lord.
get these guys linked up with
Onward.
them.
Aye. Joining our forces.
Alright, and is there anybody else?
My king.
Let's keep these guys coming down this way
Move
too.
out. That'll do him today, sire.
Alright,
Aye,
those guys
sire.
are going up there. Alright, and our spy. Let's keep him moving up this way. Alright, next turn I think I'm going to pull
Aye,
him out and recruit that ship. And we can get that spy on there and send him out there and see what's going to happen when we get out to the island. Alright, Forland, what do we need over here now? And we're still only at 4%. Well, let's go ahead and invest in a pub. We're going to need that thing if we want to have any chance of building something out of there. Alright, these guys are all building. Alright, Oskellen. Don't need that stuff. And Perth and Loon. Don't need that stuff either. Alright, they are at 31%. Maybe we can get a brewery or something there, but not really a point to it building it there, I don't think. Alright, these guys are building. They're still building. Garthelegoff. Alright, we can build a port there, which I think I might do. These guys are building. Do we need any of this stuff? Miners' quarters, maybe? What would that do for us? Public health bonus. And not a bad building, but I think I want to get a port. These guys have a port over here already. These guys got that huge mine too. You know what? Let's go ahead and build that port up over here, and I'm probably going to save the rest of this money. Alright, and we're running up on time once again too.
My king.
Can probably get another turn in. Is there anything else we can possibly do? Should I keep this force moving or should I wait for some of these other guys to catch up? Well, you know what? I think I'm going to keep moving. Let's grab everybody out of here. I wonder if we can pull everybody out if we lower taxes. Nope, we got to leave somebody there.
My king.
Let's leave these damaged
Aye, sir.
pikes.
March.
Alright, can we raise taxes back up then? Nope. Alright, and
Yes,
let's
my
run our spy up here and see what it's looking like at this place.
On my way.
Ooh,
Storm
Wow.
on your side.
very lightly defended.
Aye, my liege.
Hell yeah.
We
We're
march
moving
to
up there.
Something to investigate.
Alright, I need to send a spy over here and take a look at this place
No
too.
further this day.
Wow, I thought there'd be a hell of a lot more folks in there defending that place. I wonder if they got that mine built here. Yeah, this place is a really nice place for dwarves here. They got a nice culture over here, dwarven culture. I think that might actually, let's go to our diplomats again.
Service? Of course, sire.
Alright, we have a mission, right? Yeah, Erebor for 750 coins. Let's go ahead and talk to these
What is
guys.
it you wish to talk about?
Let's get the easy stuff done first. Let's go for Oh, do we have trade rights with these guys already, I think? Alright, let's get... See if they'll buy some maps from us. And... let's see, they're rich, so let's go for 1,000. See if they'll take it. That's balanced. I doubt if they'll take it.
It seems
Oh,
we've
wow.
little choice but to accept.
Okay, that'll work.
For us, aye?
Can we get an alliance with you, sir? That's balanced. Let's make that offer. Damn.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. We probably have to give them a ton of money or a damn territory to get an alliance with them. Alright, how are we doing here? Well, we just picked up the 750 coins.
My lord.
Let's run out this way and see how things are looking over in this neck of the woods, too.
Yes, sire. Today's journey
We do
is over,
need to try to get an alliance with those guys, though. Alright, and our other diplomat.
Awaiting your command.
Let's keep him moving up toward
Of
Khazad-dûm.
course, sire.
We got to get an alliance with those guys, too.
Yes, my king.
Alright, spies are going to stay where they're at. And let's go ahead and move on to the next turn. Candidate for adoption declining. Oh, barracks event. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Turn 61. And siege. Send an emissary to Dale for a military unit. Alright. We can do that. Let's go that way.
Yes, sire. Aye, sire. Yes, sire.
Alright, in the plus. Over 7,800 in the coffers. Well, we might be able to gather up a bunch of money and pay off the dwarves and get an alliance with them. Edoras is sieged. Town guards, garrison quarters, and a brewery built up. Relations improved with Khazad-dûm. Good. We might be able to get an alliance with those guys. Path blocked, path blocked. Alright, let's come back out here.
My king.
These guys are coming up here to get some training.
Forward.
And... alright, let's see. Can I train these guys now? Yeah, let's get them fixed.
Aye, lord.
These guys are coming south.
Onward.
Let's keep this army moving.
My king. Aye, sire.
I can greet you, but not serve you.
There's still just a general in there, yeah. Alright, let's move this spy over here now. Let's see what's going on over in this neck of the woods.
Aye.
Alright, these guys are going to join up with that army.
Forward. Aye, sire.
All these guys are going back to
Onward.
train.
Aye, lord.
They're coming forward.
Aye.
They're coming
Move
forward.
out. Aye, lord.
These guys are going back to train.
Aye. Forward.
Alright,
Give up,
and
no
our
problem.
spy, let's get him up here.
Moving quietly.
And let's start moving our general out.
Honor, my lord.
Well, let's see here. Do we want to get that ship now? Yeah, you know what. Yep, let's go ahead and get a long ship. And there it is. He's going to come over here. Next turn I can get that spy on the ship
Investigate.
and head out this way.
Sire. No.
Alright, let's bring this
My
general
king.
back over here.
We march to glory. Make
Alright.
camp here, good
We
sire.
are running up on
My
time once again. Let's see, is there anything else we need to move immediately? No, let's take a quick look at our agents again. He moved, and let's move him up toward
Aye,
Khazad-dûm.
sire.
See if we can get a deal with those guys. And all my spies moved. Alright, let's go ahead and end the episode here. See you in the next one.